So when we come on,
Let's go.
hey, Pop Barnes, Health and Community Tip Show is back on Facebook. We've had a hiatus of sorts for health and other reasons, but guess what? We're back up again. This program that you're seeing is being recorded, but it will be played on Monday. And the reason I asked for this program here, I have New Horizons. As you can look to the left, you see the lady with the glasses, Susan Gallagher right there. Everybody asks about Pops when they see me. Hey, Pops, we love the show. How's the lady with the glasses? And so the lady with the glasses is back. And this show here is going to be devoted to all that New Horizons does. It's going to be a two-part show. So this is the first one that's going to be shown on the 20th. The other is going to be shown on the 27th. And my goal for this is that as someone who worked for New Horizons eons ago, I think what, 18 years ago.
That's a long time ago. You froze, Pop.
Professionals that love what they're doing. That's what this and next week's program is going to be about. And so I want to turn it over to Amanda.
And I lost Jennifer.
And I'm looking at all these professional faces. Amanda, I'm going to leave you in the cockpit so that you can do a preface for each one. Just take about a minute to say something and then pass it on to them. Is that good?
Okay, that's great. Good afternoon.
First of all, tell them who you are. Give you your props. I'm sorry, Amanda Spears. Tell them about yourself and what you do, Amanda.
Okay, my name is Amanda Spears. I'm the coordinator for the Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services dealing with children and adults. I've been with New Horizons for about 20 years. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm also a certified addiction counselor level 2 and a certified clinical supervisor for those that are trying to obtain license. My role as a coordinator is just to help the program managers, help the supervisors, the team leads be successful in what they do. So my role is just to provide that support, that supervision, and that guidance, and just that extra piece for them to make it smooth. I have a great team. I'm very proud of my team. We could not do it alone. Each person is so important. I always receive such great support from my team and feedback. I love my team. They work very hard, and especially during this pandemic, I just want to give them all kudos because they are doing a great job.
And you got them smiling, so you saying the right thing. You got them smiling and shaking their head. So you talking the right kind of stuff there.
So I just take this opportunity to say that I appreciate each and every one of them. Starting off, I would like to introduce Katie Wright. She's not officially a part of my team totally. I share her with Mike down in the counties, but she's been really great with helping us start the APEX school-based mental health program down in the counties. So I'm going to allow her to talk and tell a little bit more about what she does.
Okay, thanks, Armanda. So I'm Katie Wright, and I'm not in Columbus. I'm down in the southern counties, which is covering Randolph, Stewart, Quitman, and Clay County. I'm a licensed master social worker, and I've been with New Horizons for 8 years this year. And so what we do down in the counties is we have a outpatient clinic as well, but I'll focus on the APEX program right now. And what that is a partnership with the school systems to provide early intervention, prevention, and education school-wide, and then also to identify those children who might need some mental or emotional health services, and then providing those services to them or linking them to the provider they need. So the pandemic has put stressors on some of this, just like it has everything. But we still are doing the best we can to ensure that these children are receiving services, are being seen, addressed, talking to parents, and really just trying to I would say, stick to the motto of New Horizons, trying to help them build better lives. So that's kind of what we do with the Apex program. And then, like I said, we also have the outpatient clinic in Cuthbert, which provides services to children and adults through our outpatient clinic.
If I could interject something about the APEX program, it is a treatment model where the mental health professional is embedded in the school system. So a child that needs mental health services does not have to, the parents don't have to pick them up and take them to a clinic somewhere for their services. The services are offered at the school. We have telehealth services. We have embedded mental health professionals. And that's what Katie's doing in those southern counties, is embedding a mental health professional in the school so that the student does not have to be pulled out of the classroom or pulled out of the school. The parent doesn't have to miss any time from work, that the child can receive the services at the school.
Katie, that's awesome, something like that, because the pandemic, from what I'm hearing in the community, the pandemic has affected a lot of children because, you know, the pandemic came, we're adults, we can rationalize everything, but things shifted so much that children have a difficult time relating with what's going on. And so that's awesome what you mentioned, that services are embedded in each of the schools. And that pretty much keeps you pretty much on the go, huh, Katie?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm not actually one of the ones in the school, but I do a lot of the coordination of trying to make sure that it's getting done. And I do go in the school some, and it's a joy to see the kids and being able to try to help during such a difficult time when they don't understand. Because I mean, as adults, sometimes we have a hard time understanding what's going on and what the next step is going to be. So it's definitely a good thing that we're able to be there for the kids.
Right. Well, Amanda, that's an awesome program, and we're going to have Katie. Katie was on one time before when she did something. She took a piece of paper, was talking about impressing kids, and she wrinkled it up, and she opened it up, and she says, "You see it, Lise? Boy, it shot my adrenaline up. It really emphasized what she was saying. So that's really a good thing. So Amanda, thank you. And who would be next to talk about the good service that they're doing?
Okay, and I just want to take the time to thank our partners down in the southern counties, the school districts, Randolph, Stewart, Quitman, Clay, as well as Chattahoochee and Harris County. Just want to thank them for all their support. The next person we have is Evelyn Roberts, and I know you're familiar with Evelyn because she's been on the show before.
Yes.
She's going to talk about the Emerge program. That's the special coordinated program we have, where we have a team approach. We have a doctor, nurse, we have a licensed person, we have a case manager, and we have a certified peer specialist on that team. So Evelyn is going to talk more about that.
And she mentioned one of my favorite people, John Legend. Legend's awesome. And plus a little bit of props for Pop Bars. You know, he and I both graduated from the University of Pennsylvania. A lot of people don't know. He is a genius. So thank you for mentioning one of my alumni members.
Yes. Well, like Miss Armanda said, my name is Evelyn Roberts. I am a licensed clinical social worker at New Horizons. I have been in mental health for 13 years. I know I don't look it, but and I have also been working with New Horizons for 5 years now in different programs, but right now my little baby that I work with now is the Emerge program. And in that program, we do work with individuals that are 16 to 30 years old. So it's youth and young adults, helping them, pretty much giving them an umbrella approach. Like Miss Armanda said, we have a therapist, which that's my role, but we come with a therapist, we come with peer specialists, and employment and education support professional, a case manager, and then we also work very closely with the doctor and a nurse on our team to be able to just provide coordinated specialty care to individuals that are experiencing their first time with psychosis. We take individuals that have the schizophrenia, schizophreniform, schizoaffective disorders, but we also take individuals that have the mood disorders, which are bipolar and major depressive disorder. But the thing about it is they have to have that psychosis piece on there. So if they don't have that psychosis piece, then we just refer them to many of the other programs that we have within New Horizons, like ICM or case management, to give them the help that they need. In our program, one of the things that we try to do is we try to let them know that after you're diagnosed with this diagnosis, it's a big transition for families, and also for the individual. You almost have to kind of relearn yourself and relearn your loved one. So what we're doing is through a family piece, we're also including them in there, connecting them to resources and community like NAMI, so that they can be able to be equipped and learn about their family members' diagnosis. And then we're also providing groups weekly to help them learn about their diagnosis and to give them a chance to kind of interact with others that are in the program so that they can know that they're not alone. Because a lot of times when they're diagnosed, or with any diagnosis, you know, with the younger individuals, they're at a time where they're just learning themselves, just getting their foot. Some of them have just started college and they have this break and they have to come back from that, and they think that they're almost inadequate and that they can't do what they thought that they could do before they had that break. So our job is to motivate them, encourage them, and to just help them move forward and just get those skills that we already know that they possess, and teach them some new skills so that they can be able to be productive young adults and adults.
Well, let me just tell you something. That's a daunting task, but it's so very, very, very important because, as you said, a lot of them occurs with a lot of young people, and they're just starting out their lives and trying to acclimate themselves to what is affecting them. So your services are really needed and really appreciated. And I cannot wait to have you come back on again, talk about Little John Legend.
Yes. All of me loves all of you. That's how you gotta be.
Okay, Amanda, let me tell you something. You got some marvelous people.
I do.
That's what really, they're marvelous. And then listen to what she's saying, and so knowledgeable and in touch with what goes on with so many young people starting their lives and have a certain thing happen with them. They're trying to adjust and readjust themselves and whatever. And so it's a phenomenal job. And I was very impressed when she came on the show. Had a lot. I rate the shows now, and a lot of the shows I rate, and yours is one of the top. But let me tell the truth. It's to tell the truth, to share the devil. The top program was a program that Susan did. When it's okay, and I think it had to do with
it's okay to not be okay.
80. I know I've got it. Look, I got that down. I watch the program myself because I know. Look, I'm affected by this pandemic too now. It's 80% the way Susan presented it, and the other 20% is it's what we all feel, even as professionals. All of us feel we're not okay, but it's okay not to be okay. But this is the clincher. It's not okay to stay that way.
Right.
And so the top rated show is Susan's. But guess what, Evelyn? You're right on there. You're bouncing up there. So just come in here and talk a little bit more about John Legend and all the stuff that you do. You understand? You might catch Susan there. Okay, Amanda, who's next up?
Okay, thank you, Evelyn. Next up, we have Dominique David. She is the program director for Midtown. She wears a lot of hats. She also helps supervise the Matt Soar program, as well as Nexus and our women's treatment program as well. So she's going to talk to you about some of the things that she does and highlight Midtown recovery.
All righty.
Hello, my name is Dominique David. I have been at New Horizons now for 5 years. I am the program director for Midtown Recovery, which is the substance abuse program here in Columbus, Georgia. We also have a gambling addiction program embedded here as well as the Women in Treatment and Services, which we call WTRS. That's here as well. And as she mentioned, the MAT in the Nexus. So today I am going to talk about the intensive outpatient program we have for substance abuse. So we run a program here from 9:30 to 3:30 daily, 5 days a week, for people who have a substance abuse problem and or a co-occurring disorder as well, meaning they can have a substance abuse problem and a mental health problem, and we still would treat them here. We also have an evening program for those in our working class. That's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah, we do focus on gender-specific treatment, meaning the women will receive probably a different curriculum, different topics and lessons than our men will. We do have a flexible person-centered schedule that we always kind of go by. When it comes to the women in treatment services, we do the outpatient piece, but if something else is needed as far as semi-residential, we do have a referral process for that, and they can also stay in the semi-residential and come here for the treatment. So
not to cut you off, where would that be at? Where is that semi-residential?
the semi-residential is located at Journey to Recovery.
Okay,
Yeah, so we kind of all in it together. We're right by each other, sort of. So, but I am a good contact person for that. If you have anybody who, need resources and information for that, we do the 6-month program here. 4 months, you'll have a core group. The last 2 months, you'll have something called relapse prevention to prepare you to complete the program. You get a completion certificate. It's a good way to engage and get into the community and get peers to surround you in, on the road to recovery and sobriety. We do individual counseling as needed. We do provide that if somebody does need that. We do offer testing like HIV testing here, hepatitis C testing on site as well. We do a lot of trying to coordinate with the community, meaning like we have probation officers calling, we have DFACs calling. So we do take and accept all referrals. Yes. All
that is
referrals.
awesome. That's
Yes.
awesome. Now, what really took me by surprise, I didn't know you had an evening program, because in my mind, I knew it was a day. I was wondering what was the individuals, who are working,
Mhm.
they will still need assistance and help as well, the support.
Yes. Yes. So we do like the fact that we are able to offer the evening program to those who work, because we do believe that recovery is something ongoing, and recovery looks different for different individuals.
Yes.
So even after they complete, we have something called aftercare, meaning they can come once a week and still be able to be in the same realm and receive the same groups, the same topics,
Wow,
the
that's
same support.
awesome. That's awesome. Now, Susan, back in the day, when I was working for New Horizons, where was that program? It used to be, I had to go over there sometimes.
Rosemont. It used to be at Rosemont Drive.
Right.
Right.
But there was also a residential program off of Winton Road, by where the Lonnie Jackson's memorial thing is at, on Buena Vista Road, I mean.
On Buena Vista Road was Cornerstone Group Home.
Cornerstone, yeah, I knew it was something. It was Cornerstone. I remember that program. So you want to know something? I think your program's awesome.
Mhm.
And I just didn't know about the evening program that was necessary. And just so in my brain here, I have a clarity. So there are individuals that maybe graduate from the program. They can still come if they feel that they need support. Did you say something? What is that program called?
Aftercare.
Aftercare.
Aftercare. Yes.
That is awesome. You want to know something? And I say this often. Andrea is not paying me under the table or anything. Let me do a disclaimer to people out there. But when I worked for New Horizons, I was the RN supervisor of the outpatient clinic. And I want to tell you, I used to tell them, go home and tell them, I don't know whether this, we never turned anyone away. That's the heart of New Horizons. But I would go and tell my wife, I said, you want to know something? We might not get a check. I said, they even asking me, us as employees that can give money. I said, I don't know about this place here. But I've grown to love New Horizons for the hearts that each of you individual have in your programs for the citizens who really, 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 really need help. Because that's really where the rubber meets the road and what the Lord spoke about on the mount to do. And so New Horizons has always had a special place in my heart. And so thank you, Dominic, for what
Thank
you do.
you.
Boy, Amanda, boy, you got a lot on your plate because you look, all
I
these
do.
professionals,
I
what they
do.
doing.
They
Good
keep me
gosh, I'm telling
busy.
you.
They keep me busy, but thank you, Councilman Pop Barnes, for all that you do and for putting the word out about New Horizons. We greatly appreciate that. You always uplift us, so we
Well,
want to thank
because, you
you.
know, the bottom line is New Horizons is out there for every citizen here. And even in the counties, and I'm attest to it because I used to work there, but I've been aligned with New Horizons since 2004. And New Horizons has not missed a beat because of individuals like yourself to have a heart for the citizens and a heart for applying the education and skill and the feelings that you have for individuals to those, because, and that is basically the rock bottom, the nitty gritty, when you distill everything down, what the Lord told all of us to do, and you all are doing it to the max. And so, Amanda, who's up next?
Okay, next we have Miss Jennifer Galloway. She's our MAT team lead for our medication assistance program. So she's going to talk a little bit about that and tell exactly what her role is.
All righty.
Hey, I'm Jennifer. I'm the peer lead with the MAT program. MAT is the Medicated Assisted Treatment Program, and we're also housed at Midtown. So we serve anyone in the community that's suffering from an opiate addiction. We take referrals from outside resources. There's a couple of requirements. You must be 18 or older, be diagnosed with an opioid disorder, and have the ability to attend group sessions. The group sessions are really a big part of the MAT program. You know, people need to be able to interact with other people who have the same
Yes.
problem so they can,
Yes.
I think that's a big part, to know that you can relate to other people. So to get started, basically you come in, you get an intake done. We set them up to see the doctor. I'm always available for them to speak to me. Like I said, I'm the peer lead, so I can relate to them with my story and everything, and I think that helps a lot.
That does, really, that's a blessing. Really, it's a blessing. Because, you know, you can read the books and whatever, but when you can really get down to nitty gritty and talk to someone, and you can say, look, I've been there, that
Yeah.
creates that bond. That creates that bond. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I want the individuals to understand that it is possible to get clean. You know, your past is exactly what it is, your past.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's not, it's not an easy process, but it can be done. You just have to, sometimes people just need to be stabilized. And I think this program does a really good job of that. So yeah, it's really a great program.
I like that, by the way. Say that again. Your past is just your past.
Your past is just your past. That's
That's
right.
exactly right. That's an awesome expression. When you come on the show now, I want you to write that bad boy down. When you come on the show, I want you to repeat that. Because so many people beat themselves over the head and they feel discouraged. And in something that I read, it says despair is one of the worst sins of all, because you'll give up on yourself. So I like that expression. So I'm going to ask you about that when you come on the show. Hey, Harry, give me a pen, because you know how bad my memory is. I want to write that bad boy down so I can bring that up on the show.
Pops, this is Susan. Something about the medicated assisted treatment is that it is for people who have no insurance. So you talk about us not turning anybody away. This program pays for their medications, pays for their therapies. If they have no insurance, there's no reason for them to not get over their substance abuse, their opioid use disorder.
Oh
So
my gosh.
it's a very unique program. And like you said before, with New Horizons not turning anybody away,
Right.
even somebody with an opioid use disorder, we're not going to turn you away if you don't have any health insurance.
Now you're going to see me get up there, do the boogaloo and the jump now, because I'm already high on New Horizons. And let me just I'll tell you, this is the truth. Susan remembers, the pharmacy was right next door to where my office was at. Thank you, Harry. Where my office was at. And I would send people for a script, and they would go to Kathy. Was Kathy there? Was in the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Is Kathy still here?
Kathy just retired recently.
And they would go over to Kathy, And I would know how much that medication, I know, dog, and that's what I would go over. And I said, boy, I call my wife, I said, I don't know if we're gonna get paid. And they got us employees chipping into a fund. But that is awesome. That is awesome. But you know, that's the heart of New Horizons and why New Horizons has always been, because you can't fool me. I've been too Ray, 20 years in the Army. I had to pinch myself to make sure New Horizons was real, the organization, and y'all have not changed. None of the focus of New Horizons has not changed. Now, you see my pencil and paper now. I'll write down that. So when you come on the show, I want you to say the past is just the past. So you got that young brain. So y'all got those young brains. Me, I got sometimes. Sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't. So I got that right there. Amanda, awesome. Another awesome program. And see, the people who are watching this show, my viewers, they're seeing up front the heart of New Horizons.
Yeah.
And so who is up next to talk about the good works and things that they're doing?
Next, we have Mr. Juan Garcia. He's the director for the Project Change Clubhouse that we have. And he's also retired military, so he got something in common with you.
That's what I'm saying. Hoo-ah! There you go.
So Juan helps bring that structure.
Go. This is for you now, because you're the one that oversees everything. So
Okay.
let's hear about this marvelous program.
Thank you, Armanda.
You are-
As she said, my name is Juan Garcia. I've been working for New Horizons for about 2 years now. And before that, I did retire from the Army after 23 years. First and foremost, my program is funded by a grant from DBHDD, which allows us to reach out and support our community. And
Great.
I believe that's extremely important.
That is very important. Very important.
Yes. So Project Change is a recovery and support program that uses a clubhouse model to provide services typically 4 to 6 days a week, with the occasional Saturday, for individuals that are between the ages of 13 to 17. We do pick them up from school. We do provide the transportation. If they're virtual, we even pick them up from home. We'll bring them here to the clubhouse, we'll do our groups, and then we'll take them back home. And we do that to make sure that they get the group and education that they need as they're on their path to recovery. So we do provide, a comprehensive range of services to youth that are experiencing a chemical dependency. It's not any chemical specific. We also deal with their families as well. Some of the services we include are individual therapy, group, substance abuse, education, multifamily groups. We do random drug screenings. We give educational services, employment and vocational groups, psychiatric and nursing evaluations, and we do recreational activities with them as well. The goal behind the recreational activities is to help the youth realize that they can have just as much fun, if not
Exactly.
more, being
Exactly.
sober than being on a substance.
Exactly. That's crucial. That's something like that is crucial. And I want to tell you something. I've been around the block a few times, and we put it to you that way. And I know that segment of it is core to let them know that they can have fun, they can do things that can stimulate just the same kind of excitement and something that they can do that will not that will help them stay the course. That's extremely important to have that element.
Now, on our recreational activities, some of the places that we've taken the youth are Dave and Buster's, Andretti's, even the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta.
That's awesome, that place.
Some of the local places we've taken here, Hollywood Connections, Stars and Strikes, even the National Infantry Museum. Because the educational piece is extremely important.
All those places that you mentioned, enough to that stimulate that limbic system, to let people know that that this is something good, this is something enjoyable to see it and to do. And if I'm not mistaken, Andrea, in one of her talks, mentioned about this program here. Am I correct with that? And I had asked her to have someone come on to speak about this here. Because there are a lot of the programs that even that, as long as I've been with New Horizons, that I don't know about. And so this program here is really going to be hitting the mark with letting our viewing audience know the specific programs. Now, did you mention time, the times, the programs?
It's an evening group. We pick them up from school. So typically we pick up between 3:30 and 4:30. And then we take them home, usually starting around 7 o'clock.
Okay,
That
good.
way they're back home so they can get, the sleep they need to be able to go to school the next day as well.
And they provide a nutritious meal to the kids too.
That's awesome. And Juan, you mentioned, who's funding this here? You mentioned
It's from a
funding.
grant through DBHDD.
A grant through, A grant through-
DBHDD.
okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And the ages are between 13 and 17, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Awesome program. And you have to come on, Susan, I hope you're taking notes of the programs that need to come on so that we can line them up.
Okay.
As soon as we let because I'm going to ask Harry to run this 2 or 3 or 4 times, this program right here, a day. Actually, more about, you can do about 8, can't you? 4 in the morning, 4 in the evening. Huh? Okay, he can do that. So a lot of people are going to see the individual programs, but we need to slot. In fact, as Susan's looking, Amanda,
Yeah.
as far as these programs here, can you line up with Susan, which programs are you that you would want to come on today so that they can
Oh,
talk for a whole
definitely.
half an hour?
Okay, definitely. I'll get with her.
Because you have some really good programs here.
Yes, because I
Okay.
have some more that's not here too. So we definitely could do
You're
that.
all excited.
We
How
could
about
fill
that?
up all your time slots.
Yeah, we can fill it up. Okay,
Okay, who's up next, Amanda?
thank you. Next, we have John Bertashaw as well as Ada Thomas with the Connections program. So they're gonna tell you about Connections, the place to be.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm John Bertashaw, and I'm a recovery coach here at Connections, and this is Miss Ada Thomas. She's our director up here. And so some of my background is that I've been locked up a dozen times. I did some time in prison. I've been to rehab 4 different occasions, but October 1st, I'll have 7 years clean in like 2 weeks. And so
I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about.
and New Horizons has been a huge part of that for me. I came through Journey to Recovery, and then I graduated from Journey, and they put me in Shelter Plus Care, which was exactly what I needed, so I wouldn't go back to where I was at before.
Right.
And then from there, they actually helped me get a voucher for home. I'm also a veteran, so I got a veteran voucher. And so,
Wow.
yes, New
Cool.
Horizons was a huge blessing to me. And
Yeah.
so here at Connections, it's a couple different things. It's like a hangout for recovering addicts or friends or family of recovering addicts or people that support recovery. And we help people get whatever they need, whatever resources they need, we help guide them to them. When you come in the door at Connections, there's like a 70-inch flat screen with couches around it, with cable TV and Netflix for people to hang out, watch TV. We watch Super Bowl, football on Saturdays and have stuff like Super Bowl get-togethers and things like that. We also have a number of computers for our peers to get on, where we help them make resumes or get jobs, or they can go on Facebook or whatever they want to do with that. We have a meeting room in the back, and we hook the PlayStation 4 up in the back and let them have Madden tournaments and stuff. So we have a lot of fun up here. We also help them get a lot of resources. People that are just getting out of jail that don't have IDs or social security cards or birth certificates, we help them get all those. We help people get jobs. I drive people regularly to the job interviews and whatever resources the peers need, we help supply that for them. We also have Bible study up here. 3 different pastors come by and do Bible study in the mornings on weekdays at 10. We do an all recovery meeting on Zoom. I host a crystal meth anonymous meeting at Connections from 6 to 7 on Thursday. My wife, Christy Bertashaw, she hosts a DTR meeting, which is for people that are in dual recovery on Mondays at 6, which is people that are mental health and addiction.
Right.
And so, we also have some fishing, COVID has held it back a little bit, but we usually have all kinds of things we go do, like fishing trips or bowling and grill out and things like that. And so we love helping folks up here The Grace House is 3 streets behind us. We work together regularly with the Grace House, the Trinity House, the Safe House. We work with Valley Rescue Mission. We do a lot of outreach, just regularly doing outreach. And I always have my business cards in my pocket to hand them out to invite people to Connections. And so it's a lot of fun being a part of Connections. We love it up here, and we love having fun with our peers and helping in every way that we can.
And as you very well know, a lot of veterans have specific problems due to their service. And to have somebody like you that can relate to what they're going through is huge. And then from a personal perspective, to be able to relate, because a lot of times that's a door opener. When you can say, look, I done been there, I done been there, then it opens up the door for a lot of people, because it starts with communication. It starts with letting them know where you're at, but also where you came from, to really be able to let them know what's possible for them in their lives.
Pops, I don't know.
Go ahead.
This is Susan. I don't know if you remember Ada. Ada was on your TV show talking about Connections when it first opened. Remember that, Ada?
I do. And let me tell you something. I never forget her face either. So I was going to say, let me connect this face that I'm looking at with who I'm watching out on the screen. And a very impactful show, very impactful show. And let me say something else that I always delight. You've got to meet people where every last one of you are meeting people where they're at. And you want to know something, that's huge. Something like that is huge for individuals, and it's just awesome. So as far as the veterans are concerned, unfortunately in Columbus, we do have a lot of homeless vets. I know you know that, John, and that just should not be, but it's really crucial to speak with individuals that can relate with them and make them understand and how to navigate through the problems that they have, and let them know, as Whatchamacallit said, the past is the past, let's start for now. And so that's huge, really huge. Ada, I'm waiting for you to somebody to jump in.
Yes, my name is Ada Thomas, and I'm the program director over Connections. We welcome anybody in that wants to live a sober lifestyle. Susan called us the sober living, what's the sober city?
Sober Living Sanctuary in the heart of the city.
Say that tongue twister again for me. Now, I had trouble just speaking normal. Say that again for me.
Sober Living Sanctuary in the heart of the city.
Oh,
That's exactly what it is. I think that
I like that title. I like that title.
And so we welcome anybody in that wants to live a sober lifestyle. And we're always willing to go out our way, up and beyond and more, to help them live a sober life.
Right.
And I enjoy working with my people. I like the impact that we have on our people. And I like to see them come back when they done progress and they done got their life together, got their kids back, and we sit down and we talk about it and the journey that they and I also mentor women that want some mentor.
Let me talk about you, when you say our people, and speech tells a lot. Our people, and you want to know all our people under Christ, and so it's just awesome. Susan, this program got me adrenaline.
I want to share one more thing
I'm
real
gonna have to
quick.
take I had to find out where my high blood pressure is at to calm me down a little bit. It really got me hopped up.
So, Pops, I want to share something real quick about Connections. With the peers coming in here, before they leave, I always make sure that I look them in the eye and tell them, we definitely have your back here. Whatever you need, we got your back and we are here for you. And another thing is, we started this group. It's not actually part of Connection. We started a group called Recovery Adventures. It's a Facebook group. And so we go and do wild things together with other people in recovery. 2 months ago, we went skydiving. And so a lot of people that come through Connections and Safe House and Trinity House, a lot went skydiving. Then last month we went riding the zip lines and hit the whitewater rafting together. And so this month we're going to Six Flags. And then the next month we're going to hike into the top of the mountains and camp by the edge of a cliff, which is the tallest point in Alabama, and spend the night up there. And so we're going to have annual things going on through the year doing recovery adventures. It's very cool.
I bet you that skydiving got big interest, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
If you never jumped out, if you do it, trust me, it's something you'll never forget. Well, Susan, you want to know something? This program has topped my expectations.
Oh,
Because
thank
it's let
you.
everyone see exactly what a little smidget of what each, and even the smidget is off the chain. So we're gonna have to line up, Amanda, you're gonna have to line up each one and get together with Susan so we can shake out the whole bag and let everybody see what each one does here.
We sure will. We sure will.
And so,
And for your viewing audience, I want them to remember our website is www.nhbh.org. And you'll find a listing of all our programs, including these programs that you've heard about from today, including how to access them, what their phone numbers are, how to get enrolled in the program. So check out our website, www.nhbh.org.
and now Susan, for individuals like myself who are no, I ain't gonna say I'm just dumb when it comes to this stuff. And what's the number? What's the 706
Telephone number, if you want to do the old 20th century way, our telephone number is 706-596-5500. That's our main appointment line number. And the ladies that answer the phone know about all the programs that we have available also. So if you say, I was listening to Pop's Barn Show and I heard about that Project Change Clubhouse, those ladies on that appointment line should be able to hook you up with Project Change Clubhouse, or how to get in touch with Connections, or the Medicated Assisted Treatment Program, or Evelyn's Project Emerge, or Midtown Recovery Center, or how to get in touch with our Southern counties. So that number again is 706-596-5500.
There we go. That's exactly what I want. Well, I just want to thank each and every, and I'm going to be seeing you all now. Now, I done seen some. I done seen Evelyn. John Legend. But I'm going to see some of y'all on the program. And when you come on the program, that's a half an hour. My program is a half an hour, but I don't care if it takes 40 minutes. When you come, I want you to be loaded for bear to tell everybody everything about your program. Because really, I'm going to be honest with you, that's really where it's at. It's about helping people, and that's exactly what y'all are doing. And I just want to say thank you all so much for doing what you're doing. I'm bad when it comes to names. All I got to do is remember. I know the Almighty knows names, knows everything. I can ask the Lord to continue to richly bless you all for all that you all are doing for those in our community who really need it. God bless you all, and I'll be seeing y'all on your program now.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Amanda, thank you so much for what you all do.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. You were great.